There's a secret about self-expression that no one talks about. It's not about finding your voice, it's about removing everything that isn't your voice. In a world that constantly pressures us to fit in, stand out, be likable, be on brand, true self-expression can feel impossible. But what if I told you about expressing your authentic self is not about creating something new, but it's about remembering who you have always been. By the end of this video, you will know the 9 mystic rules about authentic, creative self-expression. Rules that have been used by sages, artists, and spiritual seekers since the beginning of time. These aren't just concepts. They are laws of expression that will liberate you from fear, self-doubt, and the illusion that you have to be something else other than what you are. Let me tell you a story. For most of my life, I was struggling to find my creative voice. I felt torn between what I wanted to say and what I thought people expected of me. I edited myself constantly, and every time I posted content online, I wondered, what will they think of me? And does this post fit my niche or niche? And then one night, I had a moment of awakening, a moment of clarity. I was reading an old Zen teaching that said, a flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. That single sentence shattered everything inside of me. I realized that I was trying to control how I was being perceived rather than just being. And when I finally let go of that, my expression became effortless. People resonated with it more and not less, and I finally felt free. And that's when I realized authentic self-expression isn't about becoming or creating something new about yourself. It's about returning back home to who you have always been, who you are behind all of the labels, all of the identities, all of the stories. It's about coming back to who you truly are. And these 9 mystic rules will help you do exactly that. Mystic rule number 1, words shape reality. Every word you speak casts a spell. Language is not just communication, it is creation. A single phrase can start a revolution. A single phrase can mend a broken heart. A single phrase can awaken a sleeping mind. Because words carry energy, and energy creates the world, seen and unseen. Speak with precision. Say only what you mean. Your subconscious listens to every single thing you say, taking it as law. If you constantly speak of limitation, hardship, failure, your reality will reflect that. But if you constantly speak of possibility, expansion, and power, you will call those forces into existence. The mystics, the sages, the spiritual seekers, the artists of the world have all known that secret. To master your words is to master your life. It is not about empty affirmations, but about aligning your speech to truth. A single, well-placed word can shift someone's destiny, and a careless word can shatter trust. Do not speak to fill silence. Speak to fill souls. When you understand this, your voice stops being mere sound. It becomes an instrument of power. Speak consciously and you will witness the alchemy of language in motion. Mystic rule number 2. The depth of your presence determines the depth of your expression. People don't just hear your words, they feel your being behind them. If your words lack presence, they dissolve into the noise. But if you speak from stillness, they linger. Presence is the unseen force that gives weight to your words. It is the difference between a whisper that moves mountains and a scream that goes unheard. So, what's the secret? Stop performing. The mind's natural tendency is to chase validation, to seek approval, to craft words that impress. But the deeper truth is your most authentic expression arises when you try to be nothing at all. When you are fully hear. That's when your words resonate. You have felt this before. The way a single sentence from a deeply present person can alter your course. Presence is a force field, and when you infuse your words with it, they become unstoppable. They become so powerful. Mystic rule number 3. The most magnetic expression is the most unfiltered. People are not drawn to perfection. They are drawn to truth. The world is saturated in polished performances and manufactured personas. Yet, what lingers in the mind, what grips the heart, is raw, unfiltered honesty. Your imperfections, they are your signature. Your raw edges, they make your words real. Water yourself down and you will be forgotten. But if you dare to be fully seen, unedited, unpolished, unmistakably you will be unforgettable. People long for realness in a world that rewards facades. The boldest voices in history weren't the ones who played it safe. They were the ones who spoke what other people were afraid to say. To be unfiltered does not mean to be reckless, but to be true. True to what you believe in, true to what you stand for, true in your authenticity, true in your purpose, true in your mission. It is a call to drop the mask, to let your essence flow through your words without fear. It is the difference between a voice that fades and a voice that becomes legendary. So the key here is to just speak unfiltered. Speak your truth. Mystic rule number 4. Rhythm and silence are as powerful as words. What you don't say is just as powerful as what you do. Mystics, poets, and revolutionaries understand that timing is the unseen hand behind impact. Words, when used without rhythm, lose their force. A well-placed pause can carve meaning into a sentence more deeply than an excess of words ever could. Music is not just notes. It is the space between them. In the same way, speech is not just words. It is the silence that frames them. Speak with rhythm. Let your words breathe. When you pause, you allow truth to settle, to sink into the bones of your listener. Silence, when intentional, demands attention. It creates anticipation. It creates meaning. Those who master the balance between speech and silence wield an invisible power. They do not rush to fill space. They let the weight of their presence, their knowing, their stillness do the speaking for them. Mystic rule number 5. Expression must be felt before it can be heard. You cannot inspire with empty words. You cannot lead with borrowed wisdom. The words that change lives are not the ones merely spoken. They are the ones lived. If your expression is not felt within you, it will not be felt by others. If your words do not move you first, they will not move the world. To speak with power, you must embody what you say. You must become what you teach, what you proclaim, what you share. The audience can sense authenticity. They may not always know why, but they feel the difference between authenticity and performance. There is a reason why the most powerful voices in history were not just speakers. They embodied the things that they were talking about. Gandhi did not just speak of peace. He lived it. Martin Luther King Jr. did not just call for justice. He breathed it. When truth moves through you, people don't just hear you. They experience you. Mystic rule number 6. Speak in stories, not just ideas. Ideas inform. Stories transform. The human mind is wired for narrative, for the arc of struggle and triumph, for the rhythm of beginning, middle, and end. A single well-told story can rewrite someone's worldview in an instant. Facts and theories are necessary, but they rarely get people to want or just to get them to take action. A story, however, bypasses resistance. It sneaks past the defenses of the logical mind and lands directly in the heart. If you want to be remembered, wrap your wisdom in narrative. Make it visual, visceral, alive. When people can see themselves in your words, they will never forget you. Mystic rule number 7. The sharpest blade is a clear message. If your words do not land, it is not because they are too deep. It is because they are unclear. Complexity for the sake of complexity is a trap. The greatest minds make the most complex ideas feel effortless to understand. Simplicity is not weakness, it is precision. It is the sharpest blade in your arsenal. It cuts through fog like lightning. A message that cannot be understood cannot be remembered. A message that cannot be remembered cannot create impact. Sharpen your message until it pierces through distraction, confusion, and noise. A sharp message is not just concise. It is precision, and it is intentional. Every word carries weight. Every phrase carries purpose. When your expression is honed, your ideas become undeniable. In a world drowning in excess information, clarity is the rarest form of brilliance. Speak in a way that slices hesitation and doubt, leaving only certainty. A clear message doesn't just inform, it transforms. It enters the mind and stays, effortlessly reshaping perspectives. Do not mistake verbosity for depth. True depth is found in the mastery of clarity. If your words do not land, sharpen them, refine them, until they cut through resistance like a blade through silk. Mystic rule number 8. If your expression does not challenge, it does not change. Comfortable words do not spark revolutions. If what you say does not disrupt, does not awaken, does not challenge, then it is just another voice in the crowd. To challenge is to call forth. It is to break illusions, to force confrontation with truth. It is not about just the sake of intention, but about speaking what must be spoken, even when it is not easy. Truth has weight, and weight unsettles. The right words at the right time can unshackle a mind, unravel a belief, or unearth a new way of seeing. But challenge does not mean aggression. It means responsibility. It means daring to say only what others think, to stand where others hesitate, to illuminate where others hide. The greatest teachers, leaders, and visionaries did not soothe, they stirred. They did not simply echo what was known, they revealed what had been overlooked. Do not fear discomfort in your expression. Discomfort is a sign of transformation. Let your words be the earthquake that shakes the stagnant mind, the fire that melts the chains of outdated thought. Speak to move, not just to please. Challenge is the birthplace of change. Mystic rule number 9. Your expression is not just for you. It is your gift to the world. Your voice is not an accident. You were given a unique lens, a singular way of seeing, a fire inside you that no one else possesses. And that fire is not meant to be hidden. It is meant to ignite something in others. When you express yourself fully, you give others the permission to do the same. Your authenticity unlocks theirs. Your courage creates a ripple effect for generations. Expression is not self-indulgence, it is service. Your words are your offering. Make them count. Do not hoard your truth in fear of judgment. The world does not need more echoes. It needs originals. Your voice, in its rawest, most unfiltered form, carries an aliveness that cannot be replicated. Expression is not about validation. It is about contribution. The greatest impact comes not from those who seek approval, but from those who speak because they must. You may never fully see the ripple effect of your words, but that does not mean it does not exist. Someone, somewhere, needs the exact words that only you can say, and they will only hear it if you dare to speak it. Your voice is a gift. Give it freely. Your voice is your signature on this world. Most will hesitate. They will dilute their words, censor their thoughts, and silence their truth for fear of judgment. But not you, because you know now. Expression is not just speaking. It is shaping reality. And when you wield it with mastery, you do not leave just an impression. You shift the course of existence itself. But knowing is only the first step. The real transformation happens when you step into full alignment with your purpose, when you stop second guessing, and finally, when you give yourself permission to live the life that you were meant to. If you've ever felt stuck in a life that lacks meaning, drained by the weight of expectations, or unsure whether or not that you are on the right path, this is an invitation. If you desire deep fulfillment, sustainable success, and the confidence to walk your own path, this is for you. This is your moment. I guide purpose-driven creators, seekers, and leaders who are ready to break free from fear, self-doubt, and misalignment. If you resonate with these words, you are not alone, and you do not have to figure it out on your own. Down below is where you can book a one-on-one consultation call with me to gain clarity, strategy, and aligned action steps tailored to your path. And if you're looking for weekly insights to keep you inspired, aligned, and in momentum, join my free newsletter. Every week, I share transformational insights designed to help you fully step into your purpose, the mission that you are uniquely sent here to do. The journey begins with a choice. The question is, are you ready to make it?